Coach, appreciate you taking a couple minutes here as we get ready for this bowl game. But really want to start with something that has just happened, and you really haven't had much time with the kid. But can lightning strike twice? And what I mean is you go to the portal, and to me, you look at Brock, and he's the exact same player Will Levis was coming out of Penn State.
Very similar. There's a lot of similarities there. High quality, high character kid. Graduated, from Georgia in 3 years. Very similar builds as well, and somebody that just really hasn't had an opportunity quite yet. That's talented, has a lot of tools. We've heard great things about. Just hasn't had the opportunity to play yet, and so that was more the route we were looking for. Somebody with a couple of years that we could truly invest in, and that could also come into our program and make an impact a little bit longer on.
I know you're not going to tell me this, but when you got Will, it was the same thing. You went through all the quarterbacks and decided this is the guy. Was Brock the guy from the start that you thought could really come in and possibly run this offense?
I think so. You look at the similarities at Georgia with their scheme and the way the system he's been running at Georgia for a number of years. First of all under Coach Todd Monken, now with Coach Bobo, and doing a lot of things that we do here. And so, I think it was a natural transition for us to see, okay, he's got talent, he's got a skill set, he's been very well coached in a program with extremely high standards, and coming in and bringing somebody like that into the program, it always just elevates people, right? From academically, socially, on and off the field. We're looking for somebody to hopefully come in and elevate our whole standard here.
All right, he's the future, but let's talk about the present, because you still have one game left, and it's obviously the bowl game tomorrow. So when you look at a guy like Devin Leary, he's played against Clemson.
Yep.
He knows them.
Yep.
He's 1-2. He didn't have to play in this game.
Right.
What was your conversations with him like, and why does he want that one more chance?
It was pretty short and sweet. He wanted to do this, all along. There was never any wavering. He wants to finish what he started and play against the team that he's played against, right? He has a lot of familiarity with this team, and he hasn't ever played in a bowl game. So he's excited about this opportunity. He's never played in a bowl against a familiar opponent. I'm really proud of the decision that he made to be able to come back and play, obviously, and we want to finish what we started.
You also get Ray and Jutan, so you'll have a full complement in the backfield as well. So will there be any differences in the way you run things that we saw all season long?
Probably not. I mean, you're just trying to finish what you started. Obviously, we want to execute and play at a higher level. Coming off, obviously, a good solid 31-point output against Louisville. That's something we want to build off of. Wasn't perfect by any means, but for us to come out, finish the season the right way, that's what we're looking to do. And then really once the off-season hits, evaluate, really dig into the system, dig into the players. How do we want to do things moving forward? But as we go into this bowl game, we really just want to finish off what we started.
Talk about Clemson for just a second. Kind of an off year for them. They only won 8 games, but they've got a ton of NFL talent.
Oh, yeah.
You really don't know who's going to play, who's not.
Right.
They say it could be up to 8 starters not playing, but beside the point.
Yeah.
They're big, they're strong, they're very physical at their front 7, aren't they?
Yeah, it's obviously one of the top 10 defense in the country. They're extremely violent and fast in the front 7. We're kind of thankful Trotter's not playing, and a few of the really good players, but they've got a lot of them. They've done a great job recruiting, developing some of the front 7. In the back end, they've got a few guys supposedly not playing. One's opting out, one's in the portal. So it's definitely one of those things you don't truly know what you're going to get, but their scheme is their scheme, their system's their system, and they count on their front 7 to cause a lot of havoc both in the run and in the pass game.
They're kind of an outlier in the fact that to me, they're more of an NFL-style team where they're going to run man a lot, right? Because they think they can get so much pressure that it's not going to give them time to do those double routes and rub routes and things, right?
That is the exact plan. I mean, that is who they are. That's their identity. They're a 5-man, 6-man rush, cover 1 team, which is difficult at times. But if you can get the ball off, if you can hang on to the ball a little bit, protect at a high level and win on the perimeter, that has to be the goal. That has to be our standard. They do a great job creating havoc with the turnovers. They've got double-digit turnovers in the interceptions, double-digit forced fumbles and 30 sacks on the year. So they've done a nice job, like you say, creating havoc with the front seven while also playing grab a little bit in the back end. They'll grab you, they'll hold you, but they do a good job playing man coverage.
I would assume you're probably going to see, again, it's just a guess, you could say yes or no, more 11 or even 12 a lot personnel from Kentucky?
I would think, getting Dingle back was helpful. You still got Caddis and Bates and Kamari Anderson. So we do feel as though our tight ends can help us in this game. It just depends on if they're going to play base defense or nickel defense, right? So with some of their personnel changes, we're not quite sure who's going to play in base or who's going to play in nickel. So they've typically matched personnel. So if we're in 11, they'll be in nickel. Right. If we're in 12, they'd be in base. So I think we'll still be a good mix, but we just have to see which personnel is going to give us the advantage in the game based on what structure they're playing.
People ask me all the time about Ray Davis. Do I think he can go to the next level? You're a perfect person to answer this, but the reason I say he can is because of one thing. He's great at blitz pickup. For as small as he is, he's not afraid to step in there, square his shoulders, and protect his quarterback.
I agree. I mean, it gives him so much versatility because obviously he's special when he hands when you hand them the ball. Then he can pass pro, and that's what helps him in the screen game. Because he's so good in pass protection and he's got great hands, had 30 catches for us on the year, 2 touchdowns against Louisville. That's what makes him so special is, yes, he can run the football, he can protect, and he can catch the ball out of the backfield.
All right, I have to ask you about the transfer portal because it's taken away, but it's also given. Yeah. 2 quarterbacks coming in, a running back from a huge school in Ohio State where he was part of the trio that ran there, and a couple of wide receivers. It's been good to you so far.
Sure. Yeah, it has. I mean, this is the landscape, and I don't know if it's going anywhere. So first and foremost, we did a pretty good job of keeping guys in the program that maybe we're looking elsewhere, that we're maybe looking for another opportunity that we were able to get back, and that was important because we've invested time, development into those players. So we were able to get some of those guys back that we were really trying to get back. And then you go into the portal to find some depth, some immediate starters, some plug-and-play players. It's definitely been good to us. And this landscape's not going anywhere. But it was really important for us to be able to keep some of those players in-house while also still going out in the portal to get some immediate needs.
2 more questions for you. I'm assuming you and Mark had a lot to do with who you brought in as the receivers coach. Yeah. He's here. Will he coach in the bowl game, or are you just getting him familiar with everybody right now?
Just getting familiar. Trying to get him with some of the players, to meet some of those guys, just to evaluate the building, evaluate the schedule, and
just a head start on what he has to do, right?
Exactly. It's not fair for us to ask him to come in and coach right now. Right. That's probably we really want to make sure once this bowl game's done and we head into this off season that he has a fresh start. Mm-hmm. And he can really kind of set the standards of that room, the expectations, and that'll be the situation moving forward.
And finally, Mark talks about this all the time in the offseason, the importance of winning the bowl game to you.
Huge, huge. I mean, you come off of a really important victory against your rival in the last game of the year, but this is a huge one. I mean, we're really playing an SEC football team. Now, let's be real. I mean, this is like any other game that we play each week of the season. That's how important it is. That's the level and standard at which we're going to have to play to. They've been a very successful program. They've done it at a high level for a long time. They recruit very well, obviously. So this is a huge one for us to be able to go in. We want to go have a great time. It's a great experience, but we need to go win this football game.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, Jeff.
Good luck.
Thank you.